Hello, I am Malik, and today I will show you how to set up a MSR Nook 2-person backpacking tent. Of course, the design of this tent will vary from designs of other tents, so don't set up your tent exactly like I'm going to do it, because tent designs vary a lot. So first, you want to open the tent bag and take out the ground cover, which will be a big, usually dark colored piece of fabric. In the case of this tent, there's a little eye hole at the front, and you want to put it in the back. So you spread out the ground cover on relatively flat ground with little to no rocks. And you want to make sure it's well spread out, or else your tent will be really weird. And after that, you want to take out the tent. And you want to look at the side with the netting. And there's a side with no netting. And the side with no netting will obviously go down. And you want to usually place the door on the uphill side. So we'll find the door. And then you spread out the tent.
Mr. Cat.
Exactly like the ground cover. Except because the tent is a 3D object, it'll be a little bigger than the ground cover, but that's beside the point. And you want to make sure there are no twists in the tent, or else you're going to get a nasty surprise. After the tent is relatively well laid out, you want to grab the bag of stakes, open the bag of, poles, and take out the poles. In this tent, the design of the poles are much different than in any other tent you'll probably see. So first, you want to slide the poles together, as so. So yeah, and once you put the poles together, well, in the case of this tent, the poles are attached, but in most tents, they're not. So you want to read your instructions manual, of course, to see where the poles go. But in the case of this tent, the poles, so yeah, they twist sideways. And so you want to lay it out over the design, over the tent in the right way. And then you want to slip the poles through the eye holes in the tent, and then through the eye hole in the ground cover. And you want to repeat this process as many times as, required for your tent design. Oh, no. And you want to make sure that it always stays in pretty well tension, and this is usually better done with 2 people. Yeah. Yep. And yeah, the tent design will require the poles to be curved, so you should not be scared of breaking the poles. After that, you want to head over to the back of the tent, in this tent, and then repeat the process. And then after that, for this tent, of course, for other tents, the designs will vary. You want to take this little thing and slip it over the end of the other pole. Now, you're going to take clips or hooks or whatever other hook-like object on your tent, or on the outside of the tent. And you want to clip them over the poles, like so. And it will require the tent to be stretched out a little. After that, in the case of this tent, which is an odd design compared to most tents, you want to slip this pole, you want to put this pole on, because it keeps the top of the tent in tension. It's quite hard to put it on. And after that, you just want to make another check to make sure all the eye holes have not come out. And then after that, you want to put the stakes in into the corners of the tent. Seeing right now this is being recorded indoors, I really don't want to break the floor, so I will not be hammering the stakes in. But you want to take both loops of rope or whatever other material your tent will provide, put them on the ground next to each other, and put a stake where my finger is right now, or like where it's tension. And you want to angle the stake at about a 20-degree angle inwards or outwards, depending on which point you look at. And then you hammer it in, and you repeat that with all the corners of the tent. After that, you want to take it depends. If you're like sleeping in the desert and there's like absolutely no chance of raining, you might not want to put the rainfly on. But the rainfly is a large piece of tarp-like material that keeps the tent, like the outside of the tent, or like inside of the tent dry. So, like, you really want to put this up if it's raining. And you want to put the front of the rainfly over the front of the tent, or else you'll get a small surprise when you try to enter and exit the tent. Yeah, so just throw it over the tent, and there are eye holes on the side of this too, and you want to put those under the poles also. Oh. Yep. After that, in the case of this tent and some other lighter backpacking tents, there are little like coils, or I don't know how to call it, little coils of Velcro that will go around the pole just to keep the rainfly in place. Yep. Oops. Yep. Like so. And there are, if you look on some rainflies of tent, there are like these reinforced circles, and these usually go over like the main point of the tent, as here this one will go over the front pole, and as so. And yeah, you want to repeat the Velcro process on all places where there are some on the tent. So there are some underneath here too, but yeah. After that, you want to make sure the rainfly is pulled well over the tent and not mess up on the Velcro placing. And sometimes on the back of the tents, there will be like these little clip things, and you want to either clip them to the tent or the rainfly. I usually prefer clipping them to the rainfly because it's so there's like another degree of security that the tent will not fly off the rainfly, or the tent will not fly off the ground cover. After that, yeah, you want to make sure again that everything is well placed on the tent, and then you want to take the front of the tent, and there's a zipper here, of course, and then you want to put a stake through either the left or right coil of wire or rope. So it holds one side down, and you can open this side and you can open the other side and actually open the tent. And if you want the tent closed, you can also just slip it over the stake. So yeah, I think that is how you rig an MSR Nook 2-person backpacking tent.